Hey, Nigel. Did too hard, bruh.
Do you feel like you have to sacrifice love for entrepreneurship?
First of all, let's toast to entrepreneurship because me and you both get money from Hello.
Say it again.
Entrepreneurship.
Y'all gonna toast each other?
Yeah, we gonna toast.
So, yeah.
Let's toast to entrepreneurship because we getting motherfucking money being entrepreneurs, right?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Take a sip.
Take a sip.
It's the money for me.
It's the money for me.
Do I feel like I have to sacrifice love for entrepreneurship?
Or would you?
With the wrong person, yeah. But I think with the wrong person, you should. I feel like that's a hard question because in entrepreneurship, you have to make a lot of sacrifices in the beginning.
Yeah.
And if you're with a partner that doesn't understand that, then yeah, you do have to sacrifice that love.
I don't know. I feel like as an entrepreneur, I think you can make an equal balance for love and your business. I don't think you have to sacrifice love for entrepreneurship. That's kind of crazy. But I'm not a full entrepreneur, so I can't really say that entrepreneurship is like my full 9 to 5, 9 to 6, or whatever like that. I have my regular 9 to 5, and then I got my side business on the side.
I feel like you don't have to sacrifice love for entrepreneurship if the person that you're dealing with understands what you're going through. Does he or she understands what it takes to be an entrepreneur? If you don't, if you do understand that, then you don't have to sacrifice. If you don't understand that, if you're used to living the 9 to 5 lifestyle, or you're used to your significant other living that lifestyle, then you might be a little bit more, against, changing your ways. You feel me? But I feel like if you're used to it, definitely not. I mean, I don't know. It depends on what you're into.
Nah, I ain't sacrificing love.
No, that's facts.
Like, why would I do that? Like,
That's insane. I agree. Thank you, Lisa.
because I feel like you can have both. Like, I've done it for 5 years. I've had love and entrepreneurship, and was getting money, and was fucking good, and was getting sucked good, and was eating good. I ain't talking about food when I'm talking about eating.
You gonna live a hanger?
My nigga, see, that's what I'm saying. Woo! I'm happy.
You ain't gotta sacrifice shit. If y'all both, it depends on the person. If y'all both on the same page, then it's all good. Like even if you date a 9 to 5 motherfucker, it don't matter. Like if they get your grind and you can still that's where we differ.
Yeah.
Talk to me.
See, here's the thing. It's like if you're dating someone that's, let's say, working a 9 to 5, and you're pursuing entrepreneurship, and someone who's pursuing entrepreneurship, they might not get the results right away. Because entrepreneurship, you put in a year of work or 2 years of work without seeing any results.
Right.
And your partner will be like, oh, but you're not getting that check right away and we're suffering financially. And you're like, okay, but this is a long-term financial freedom thing.
Yeah.
So after these 2 years of not seeing the payout, we're gonna be super rich after the 2 years. But if your partner doesn't understand and support that, then it's even hard for one, you as an entrepreneur staying solid and not getting discouraged throughout those 2 years. If your partner's dragging you down and they don't have that same mindset, then it's like,
But what if they are there and they are supportive through the whole 2 years and you make the money and then they feel obligated to that? As far as just like, all right, I've been here, we stuck it out, whatever, I let you do you for 2 years, I had to pick up the slack, whatever, but now that you are making that money, like half.
Yeah, well, it depends if it's a guy or a girl, for one. The girl, I feel like, okay.
From experience of talking to entrepreneurs and seeing what they endure, I know it's a lot of stress. And I know a lot of times love kind of falls on the back end. They more so focus on the business and then kind of put love or relationships or entertaining people on the end, on the back spectrum. and focus solely on their business, which is fine. However, I think the only issue that I would have is in regards to entrepreneurship, getting to a certain level and wondering who is actually like for you as the person versus you as the business and what you can bring to the table. I think that's the biggest issue with like dating as an entrepreneur, because entrepreneurs really don't know who's dating them for what they really are. They might be dating them for the status. They might be dating them for the Instagram followers. They might be dating them for what the business comes with. So I think like a lot of entrepreneurs actually do put that love on the back burner versus actually wanting to put that forefront out and wanting to actually date and see who's out there for being just them. But when you get to a certain level, you then sometimes fall into that realm of people dating you for who you are and wanting to climb your ladder and not actually wanting to really build with you from the ground up.
Facts.
I think it depends on where you're at in your journey because in the beginning, I feel like, yeah, you do sacrifice. You have to. There's no way that you can. It's a lot of things you sacrifice. Love is one of them. I think as far as it depends, and I guess it depends on where you are in your journey. Because if you've already been in a relationship and you're taking a new leap of faith, it could help you. You know what I'm saying? Love could help you. It could enhance you. But if you're kind of single and you kind of just having fun or whatever the case may be, it can hinder you because the time that you could be spending focusing on your business, you're spending in these relationships, you know what I'm saying, going out, drinking, having a good time. You may have been even like, you know, if you trying to become an entrepreneur, you got to save your money, you got to stack, you got to do different things. So when you get into a relationship, now you spending money. You know, you kind of, I think it depends on where you are in your journey for sure.
I think that as an entrepreneur, I feel like an entrepreneur should date an entrepreneur, and I feel like a 9-to-5 person should date a 9-to-5 person. Only because I feel like someone who's strictly 9-to-5 and wants to be that way all the time really doesn't understand someone who's an entrepreneur. Because I feel like an entrepreneur, we have a harder job than someone who's a 9-to-5 person. So they might not understand, yeah, we have to work late, or yeah, we have to put more effort, energy, money into ourselves. The 9-to-5, you clock in, you clock out. By before 8 and after 9, they're free. We work 24/7.
Because they got a set schedule.
Exactly. If you're a real entrepreneur, you're getting residual income. We're not just working from 9 to 5. We're working 24/7. So I feel like if you don't date someone who has that same mindset or who is not working all the time, they might not understand that.
Okay, all right, because I've personally been in a situation because like I've been like honestly the breadwinner in all my relationships.
Right.
To be real.
Okay.
And I guess as a man, like I'm not gonna give him half my money, because like, just as my opinion, the guy needs to hold his own. And
But
even though
he is for those 2 years, like you said, you've been holding it down. Like,
but you're saying like I would give him half of it?
Yeah. Like,
No.
No. What percentage did?
Are we like married?
I mean, you said this person has rolled it out with you for 2 years, and times have been hard, and they actually had to stick that out with you. Like, what do they deserve for
sticking it out? So okay, so we're talking. Okay, it's total. I feel like it's a totally different story if you're talking about a female versus a male in the relationship.
What's the difference?
In my mind, as a man,
If you're the breadwinner, like you said, so already he doesn't bring that to the table because you make more money than he does. So
Right.
that's not a situation that he can flip.
Okay.
I feel like this conversation is low-key tough because it seems like entrepreneurs get all the hustle points. You know what I'm saying? And like I know some 9-to-5 people who hustle hard.
Yeah,
And
yeah.
it's like, so it seems like you lazy if you're a 9-to-5er,
Yeah.
and you like grinding if you're an entrepreneur.
Yeah.
And that's not always how it goes.
It's not,
You feel
you're
me?
right.
So like I know people who are working their way up in corporate who bring in $500,000 a year residual.
Mm-hmm.
You know what I'm saying? Like it's not like, and I think also like you don't have to sacrifice because you need some balance in a relationship. So
You
like
do.
where you getting your bag secure every 2 weeks, my bag isn't.
Right.
However, you can hold me down and it's vice versa. You know what I'm
Right.
saying? I feel
I
like this
agree.
is like, I don't want to be you riding my coattails, but that ain't how it goes. Like
Yeah.
with me, I do both like you. Like I have a 9-to-5. Oh, I said that. I don't really claim it, but like I have like if you ask me what I do, I'm gonna say I'm a content creator, but like I have a 9-to-5. You know
Okay,
what I'm saying?
right.
Listen,
Right.
So,
I mean, it's
but-
all right. It's
So
all right.
if I told you to quit your job, that was me being like manifesting. You know what I'm saying? Like, cause I ain't quit mine.
Yeah, I think. I mean, like if you're in your early 20s, I would say focus on your goals, entrepreneurship. Whether if you not even entrepreneurship, like focus on what you trying to do in life. Whether it's a 9 to 5 or entrepreneurship. Like if you over 30 and now you all of a sudden want to be an entrepreneur, like.
What?
That's gonna change things. It's gonna change how you view things, how you go about, building your business. Like,
Yeah.
So if you're going into your whole life, let's say if you're 18, between 18 and 27, you've been having a 9 to 5 your whole life. You dating people, you might be more, inclined to deal with somebody that can match your not necessarily salary, but just being able to match with your lifestyle. You feel me? But if you meet somebody that you feel like is fine as hell, but their entrepreneurship, they don't have no time on when they off. They probably never off, to be honest with you. And you off by 5, 6 o'clock. You trying to go home, you trying to Netflix and chill in there after you done finish your hard day of working. But they might be working to about 8, 9, 10 o'clock. And that might turn you off to a degree because you might not understand that, or you might not trust that. You get what I'm saying? But if you are an entrepreneur, you might be more inclined to understand,
Which is why in that situation, somebody would be sacrificing.
Yeah.
So have you ever dated someone who had a 9 to 5 and it didn't work?
No, I haven't.
That's
I haven't dated.
what I'm saying. I've done it.
I dated someone who had a 9 to 5. Well, everybody I have dated has been a 9 to 5 and was an entrepreneur. So they were a.
Oh, so it was like a little mix.
Exactly. But I have never dated someone who was strictly 9 to 5 and that's it. So I don't really understand, but in my mind, I don't feel like it could really work. I'm gonna be honest, I don't think that it could work. Because at all times I'm thinking, what ifs? Let's do business here. I'm sorry, it's 3 o'clock in the morning. Let me text back this person. Let me do this. I do that. And there's that, why is your phone ringing at 3 o'clock in the morning?
Because they did their shift already, so they chilling and you still working.
Like, sir, you need to mind your business one.
Sir.
Pump your brakes. And then at the other side of me is like, shoot, I have to do my business at all times. Just because your hours are up, just because your 9 to 5 is up, that doesn't mean that mine is.
That's why we don't got 9 to 5.
Yeah. Hey.
It's from, as soon as we wake up till we go to sleep, we work.
Absolutely.
So guys I have previously been with, I'm more ahead when it comes to entrepreneurship and financially.
Right.
But after 2 years, that guy has to have enough. He has to be working on something on his own to where he might not be where I'm at yet, but he's gonna be making enough to support himself and probably pay for some stuff for me. Not everything, I hold my own, but we can kind of share the expenses. You get me?
I got you.
Right. But if it's a female, what's your opinion? Do you think if the female was to ride, you would be like, okay, here, I'm paying for everything, we can split half the income or what?
Depending on the support system, I might not say half, but she, a little 60-40 split, something like that. 70-30, something. She got to get, I won't say compensated, but she got to feel worthy of having put up with. Time is important. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
That's with any relationship, any friendship, whatever you like. I'm giving my time into this shit. I won't say you have to be, like I said, put it like that, you gotta be compensated, but that person has to be reciprocated in some type of way, than it's just being, oh yeah. Nigga, what?
To me, I'm gonna quit my job when
Secure.
when it's in the way of my entrepreneurship,
I agree.
right? I'm not quitting it to pursue. I'm quitting it when it's in the way, when I can no longer balance both, when it's becoming
Exactly.
a burden to my entrepreneurship.
Exactly, yeah.
And so for me, I don't think it gets in the way of love. I think being immature gets in the way of love. I think smelling
Naive.
this is a real thing. I think smelling your fumes too early. A lot of
Hello?
y'all get likes and followers
Hello?
and think you really somebody before
Hello?
you really somebody.
Okay.
Because I know a lot of
Say
pages
it.
who got followers and whatnot, but you're not monetizing that for them followers.
Nope.
You're not, and I know people who ain't got that many followers, but are monetizing their pages.
Yep.
I'd be like, how you got so many sponsors? You ain't got but 5,000 followers.
Yep.
But Brody got like 10G worth of followers and he ain't got none. So I think it's just a balance of being mature and kind of knowing your lane.
I
and
agree.
if both parties in a relationship know their lane,
I agree.
you
I
win.
agree.
Because that means if I'm an entrepreneur and I'm trying to do my thing, I gotta sacrifice dealing with what I'm dealing with to come Netflix and chill with you. Or if I'm the person that's
You gotta want to
Netflixing
sacrifice though.
Yeah, but sacrifice is hard, especially when it's not your usual. You know what I'm saying? It's just like with working out. If you gotta sacrifice,
I disagree with that to a degree.
Wait, for real.
Because I feel like you make time for who you want to make time for, regardless of how much money
That
you're
is
making.
factual. No, that is factual. But I feel like when it's a goal in mind, you know what I'm saying? It's different. It's just like when people want like how you just said you make time for what you want to make time for.
Right.
If I was comparing that to like working out, it's like, okay, but I want to watch TV, but I know I got to do these push-ups. You got to sacrifice something. You know what I'm saying? Like, so either way, you still gonna sacrifice.
I agree.
You know what I'm saying? Like the word sacrifice is really strong.
You gotta sacrifice, but like you said, I mean, it's how much are you willing to sacrifice? To be honest.
And we didn't say a person that you in love with. We're just saying for love in general.
But listen, I think I kind of agree with you because I dated somebody with a 9 to 5 for 2 years, and every time I was like working late and doing other shit outside of her 9 to 5, it was a problem.
Right.
Now that you say that, you kind of make sense.
Kinda.
Kinda though,
Okay.
because we were still good,
Okay.
a little bit.
But are you together now?
No, she dumped me. Ah, you got a fucking point. Toast to that. Listen, I'm a real nigga. When you right, you right.
Okay.
When you right, you right.
But can you build off of just love though? Like,
Can you build an
I mean,
empire?
entrepreneurship brings like finance. It brings
Right.
better opportunity. If you cancel all those out for love, then you know what I mean?
Oh, okay. So I'm saying you can't just be. No, I don't think you should choose love over money. No, I think if you had to choose between I'm gonna be broken in love or like I'm gonna go for my dreams and be financially millionaire, then go for that. Okay. And then like you're gonna meet your soulmate in line with when you're chasing your goals and your dreams. What if you don't meet your soulmate?
Yeah, well, you just out here. You done made
So you're just meant to be
you done made $1 billion. you up.
I mean, I totally like you said. I think that when both, I'm not opposed to the 9 to 5 or the entrepreneurship. I mean, of course, with entrepreneurship, it's longevity, which is great. Yeah. But to be very honest, like I have the best of both worlds, and that entrepreneurship is hell. Them taxes is a bitch. I'm not gonna lie, excuse my language, but them taxes is crazy. Mm-hmm. So like when you when you're doing this entrepreneurship, like you have to be fully indebted and know as your years tenure, as you keep going and you keep inclining, there's gonna be more money to come. Yeah. There's gonna be more money to be fronted. So you just cannot fold in regards to that. However, sometimes when you got that 9 to 5, that's that little cushion, the kind of forefront, that little money that you might owe up to the IRS. So I mean, like I honestly, I'm not gonna lie to you. With me being young, I don't mind a 9 to 5 in entrepreneurship. Right now,
for your partner, you saying?
Huh?
For your partner, you don't mind them having one?
Either or, I don't care. I don't care if you got a 9 to 5 in entrepreneurship or vice versa, or we both got the same. Okay. I really don't mind it, but I do feel like sometimes and I'm just speaking from a man perspective. I think a lot of times men. From a man perspective? I'm sorry. I'm not gonna say I'm speaking from a man perspective, but I'm speaking from dating men who are.
I'm gonna speak from a girl perspective.
I'm speaking for men who date solely as entrepreneurs.
Men who okay.
I feel like the only time you have to sacrifice is if you're
say yes or no. Then answer.
Yes, I feel like you have to sacrifice. I feel like in order when you're in your younger 20s and you're trying to establish your entrepreneurship or whatever business you're trying to get into, I feel like you have to sacrifice love. I feel like that's the most proper way to go about it in your younger 20s. Yes. When you're in your older 20s, early 30s, probably even before that, if you decide to switch from a 9 to 5 to an entrepreneur, it's going to be a little bit more difficult because your mindset isn't into more so looking for business more so than it is for love. You know what I'm saying? When you're younger, I feel like you should be thinking about nothing but your business, nothing but entrepreneurship, nothing but trying to build your brand, your business.
But what's crazy is that they tell you the opposite. Like they tell you that when you're young, you're supposed to live. You know what I'm saying? Like you don't get those years back. So I feel like it's kind of like a back and forth. Like I wouldn't want my kids like working to where you don't have a lifestyle. You know what I'm saying? Like I feel like I didn't have a life. I didn't have a good dating life. I didn't get to date from like I'm 25, so I didn't get to really date because it's like I'm too busy trying to build. When it's like I got my whole life to be building.
But is that negative or positive?
It's a both. It's a both.
Is it smart to sacrifice for entrepreneurship?
Smart.
Is it smart?
I think that when dating, from my perspective, if you're dating someone who is also an entrepreneur, I feel like you need both. Like the person said before, I don't understand why you can't have love and entrepreneurship.
Exactly.
Like, because I feel like having love is just as important as having money.
But like you
right?
said, I think,
because I don't think one is greater than the other.
Yeah, you can have both if y'all both entrepreneurs, I think. If somebody got a 9 to 5, you entrepreneur, then it's probably not gonna work, like you said. But if y'all both entrepreneurs, you can definitely have love and entrepreneurship because y'all both understand the grind. Y'all both understand what it takes to be an entrepreneur.
Right.
So y'all both like, we gotta put in all these hours, but look, we gonna set aside time for us too. Even if it's fucking 1 or 2 hours, like we gotta set aside time for us, but we know the end goal.
I don't know. I don't want to say I believe in broken love, but not broken love, but like broke and in love, but like in so many ways. Like I feel like we probably could get shit done. But then again, like,
Do you know there's a statistic that says 60% of divorces in America can be solved with an extra $600 income?
see, so
Money, lack of money causes problems.
right?
Big problems.
Yeah.
So, yeah, I think that
So you
choosing.
need an economic partner.
Heck yeah.
So men who are dating who are just they got their own business and that's it.
Okay.
I feel a lot of times they're so stuck in the let me hustle, let me ride, let me get it, let me ride, let me get it. Like that's like they you hear that? Yeah. So that's like their motive. Like that's what that's in their mind. Like that's their own mantra, which is fine.
But I've dated guys who I feel like treated their entrepreneurship like a 9 to 5, and it got on my nerves. Does that make sense? Like they were like,
What you mean?
I'm like, don't you own the business? So why? So some you.
Come on, preacher, get it.
I ain't trying to quote because I feel like, you know what I'm saying, y'all not watching, but I just feel like, like it's been moments where like I was naive at one point, so maybe this is like an immature thing, right?
Okay.
Like I was like, okay, if you own the business, I want to go on a trip.
Oh, okay.
Why you can't just take off? When who you asking? You own the business.
That's true. I mean, I get that aspect. However, it depends on the business.
I ain't got time.
Some businesses are hands-on, some businesses are not.
I agree with you, to put yourself in a predicament to want to love or to put yourself out there, it's a sacrifice that has to happen. You know what I'm saying? Like I said earlier, you make time for who you want to make time for. If I'm an entrepreneur but I fall in love with somebody that has a 9 to 5, it's certain sacrifices that I'm gonna have to make in order to make this relationship work. But like I said earlier, you gotta want to. If you don't want to, basically you're saying that I can only date somebody that's similar to what I got going on, because that's the only way that you're gonna understand.
Right.
If you're not willing to make that decision, then that other person that has a 9 to 5 is gonna have to make the realization of, or the understanding of, yeah, she or he is not for me, because they're not willing to do those things, and you have to be okay with that. It's not a slight for people who does have to have a 9 to 5. It's not, but I think a lot social media, people in general, city girls, hot girl summer, all that, make it style. They make it seem like, look, bro, if you ain't doing shit how I want you to do it, when I want you to do it, then it's not acceptable. And so when people preaching that, the people that's making 9 to 5s, yeah, you gonna feel some type of way.
Right.
You gonna be like, hey, I want her. I feel like I can obtain her, but the way her lifestyle is, or the way she's saying that her lifestyle is, she might be coming off as I might not be the guy for her. You know what I'm saying? So that might discourage you to a degree. But I definitely do feel like at the end of the day, it comes down to a choice.
But it's not even setting this time aside, because when you're an entrepreneur, we're like, hey, let's take this week off. You can just do that.
If you get money. All entrepreneurs ain't get money.
Well, shit, then I don't need to be with you, goddamn.
First of all, when you first started, was you getting money like you get money now? No.
Not now, but I feel
exactly.
like well, at the time,
We
like,
all
I was
start
also
somewhere.
19 years old. Like, I didn't need as much money as I need now.
Everybody starts somewhere though. That's what I'm telling you. Like, you can't just come into it like, if you ain't get money, I don't need to be with you. Like, entrepreneurship is about starting from somewhere and building until you can get to. What you mean? You want to get 6 figures your first year?
No.
Exactly. So what the fuck are you talking about?
But I don't think that you should go into a relationship with somebody that's not as equal as you or better.
That's facts. So, like right now, the money you're getting right now, of course, you should definitely date somebody who's on your level. What I'm telling you is when you first started.
I like your watch.
You like my watch? Classic Casio. This is classic. Y'all can't find this one.
Wait, so would you date a guy who, like any entrepreneurship, you would date him? Does that make sense? Like, so say like I owned a t-shirt line. Yes?
Okay.
Are you dating me or not?
Yeah, they
Okay. If I was a barber, you date me or not?
Yeah.
If I owned a sanitation business, would you date me or not?
Yeah.
Sold flowers. Sold flowers, come on.
I mean, yeah, that means I get them on a regular.
All right, cool. If I wait, what?
If I got a flower business, yeah, that means I get them on a regular. You better come home with the bitches every night.
If I'm an aspiring rapper.
So
What happened? You were just giving me all yeses. What happened to the yeses?
So, I mean, about those inspiring rappers, I mean, we live in Atlanta. I don't know. I'm sorry to all y'all great, inspiring rappers.
Yeah.
No ma'am, no ham, no turkey.
You're not doing a rapper.
No.
So you don't do the rapper.
So this is my issue.
Don't be calling him if he pop. Don't be calling him.
I ain't.
Pop, I don't want to see you send no text messages.
Look, look at me. I'm clapping.
I don't want to see him on your story
clapping.
talking about I'm so proud of you.
I'm clapping in the bed. I might put him on the close friends.
The mindsets don't align. I think people try to force them to align, but they don't. I think that it's hard. It's really. I don't think people. It's okay. So this is where it gets tricky because if you've never had a 9-to-5. Now I've had a 9-to-5, but it wasn't a long 9-to-5 to where I was really able to gain structure. So if you've never had a 9-to-5 before, you already don't even understand that lingo. You know what I'm saying? If you've been young, you've been hustling, you know, you've been doing it since you was young, and you've always had like a gig or something, you don't really understand the lifestyle of a 9-to-5. I don't understand waking up at 9 o'clock at 7:45 and being somewhere on time. I don't understand, you know what I'm saying, like certain discipline, you know what I'm saying, certain discipline structures. Like certain people I know that work 9 to 5, they sleep by 11 o'clock. They sleep. They ate at 8. They went to the gym at 5. It's a schedule. So if you've never had a schedule, you've never understood a schedule, that can be tricky. And it could kind of be a counterpart. You know what I'm saying? Like it can kind of, if you're dating, it can kind of like counteract each other because it's like, okay, I may want to be talking to you at 12 or 1 and you sleep. You know what I'm saying? Or I may want to go out this night and you can't because you got to work the next morning. You know what I'm saying? Events may come. As an entrepreneur, I may get invited to a ball. I might get invited to an event. I may get invited here, and you can't come with me because your schedule won't allow you to, or you can't come because it's just a different lifestyle.
We're just being real here. I don't want to offend anyone.
Oh, that's the point though. It's unspoken.
Okay,
It's what it's not said.
I mean,
You know.
boss, not a fucking worker.
That's it.
This one I've personally experienced. I think that as an entrepreneur, whether it's a clothing line, whether like, I don't know, you own your own business, you have to have a high level of trust between the two people because as a woman or a man, you're gonna have to connect with other women and men who have potential value to bring to your business and your connection. So if you're insecure in your relationship and maybe like the dude in the relationship meets a female who could be a high level influencer that could push their brand, the woman can't be insecure and think, oh, he's gonna cheat on me with this girl. Like there has to be a lot of trust and communication within that partnership.
If you're an inspiring artist, I don't have an issue with you being that. However, you need some other income. If you want to be an inspiring artist, that's grand, but that inspiring artist is not giving you money. You just chasing a dream, which is, I hope you get it, baby. But we need money. We need.
But why you didn't give this to the flower man? Why you didn't sell this when I told you
the
about?
flower man gonna hustle. See, this is my thing. The difference between an inspiring artist and the difference between somebody who has their own company, like a flower man, like a sanitation man, like all them other people that you name, a barber. They have an end goal. They gotta pay that rent. They gotta pay that car note. They gotta pay all them bills that they have established for themselves. Yeah. So they're gonna grind until they can get to those points that they need each month.
Gotcha.
With an artist, that's a dream and a passion. You're chasing something that you really want to do, which true, all these other people that we stated are doing the same thing. However, they're getting
income along the way.
Yes.
Okay.
And I think that it's hard for people to force that because what happens is if I go date somebody with a 9-to-5, you might have to hop on this entrepreneur train with me. You know what I'm saying? Like I can never hop on the 9-to-5 train with you. So you're gonna have to hop on the entrepreneur train with me. So what happens is if you're the guy, I think it's different for y'all though. I think it's different for guys. I think it's different for a guy who's an entrepreneur. He can date a woman who has a 9-to-5 and who's doing, you know, I feel like that's fine because men like structure. and they want to be able to have structure to where you know what time she coming home, you know what time she get off, you know what time she picking up the kids. You kind of know. But with a woman and a man, I think it's completely different, and he don't really. It's tough.
When you're an artist and you're chasing a dream, that's a dream that you're chasing, and you may not be getting any money. You may do a show here and there, but who's to say how much that show's gonna be?
But what are you doing in the meantime of being a gangster rapper though? I can't be a substitute teacher and then rap and be
Yeah,
gangster.
you can, cause there's a lot of people that do it.
Oh, that one guy did it. What's his name?
Yeah,
What's his name?
I don't know, but I know who you're
What's his
talking about.
name?
I know you talking.
They put a clip of him? D-Nice.
I know who you're talking about. I actually do know exactly who you're talking about. But yeah, you can do like you can have a 9 to 5 and chase your dreams. That's fine. Get your bag up. Get that money. What Jabria said. You know what I mean?
Get the head, that bread, and leave.
No, that's not what Jabria said. Jabria 5.
Oh.
That's Jabria. Are you smart? Yeah.
Oh.
Yeah, that's Jabria.
Yes. What's up, Jabria? I like her. That's my girl. Shout out to Jabria.
When you first started out, you gotta understand that everybody starts out where you first started out. So I'm not saying date that person.
Right.
But I'm saying if you meet somebody on your level, date somebody on your level.
Right.
So when you first started out, if you met a nigga that was on your level when you first started out, then y'all could work because y'all both got the same goals. Y'all trying to climb the ladder.
Right.
But now, you know, you getting what you getting. I ain't gonna put your business out there.
You don't know.
I know.
Okay.
But you get what you getting. So I can understand you not dating a bottom level nigga. You get what I'm saying? So yeah, I agree with you to a certain extent.
Okay.
I think for the most part, it's only tough if you're always have been an entrepreneur. Like if you had times where you had to get a 9 to 5, but you got that side hustle that you really want to be your full-time job, you might be more understanding into what your significant other has going on.
But you sure? Because you know how like when it comes to little things, like it's the small things.
No,
it's not even
I agree
the
with
big
the
things.
small thing. But when you talking about somebody like you said has had an entrepreneurship mindset their majority of their whole life. But if you have had a 9 to 5 majority, or you can say for instance, majority of people they don't want to claim it, but majority of their whole life they had a 9 to 5, but they got that side hustle that they want that to be their main career. Like those people, they understand that you have to, you gotta make ends meet to be able to live.
Right, but what happens when you grow and it comes to mindset? You know what I'm saying? It's the same thing when they say you can't take certain friends with you after a certain level, because how can I, if I want to be an entrepreneur and I'm really going hard and I'm going hard, somebody with a 9 to 5 mindset is lacking the mindset that I have.
But
so
somebody
they're
that,
not aligned.
But somebody that wants to have that mindset might agree with you more than somebody who doesn't have that mindset at all.
I think that's fair, but I think we're talking about dating.
Entrepreneurship, it just like, here's the thing, is it grows deep before it grows up.
Right.
So what you're doing for 2 years, it will be growing the roots of your business. And if your partner can't see the roots of your business growing and they're going off of, I don't see the plant yet. That's the whole thing. They have to understand that the work's not gonna pay off for a while.
Right.
But to trust and believing in your partner, that's the biggest thing. I think believing in your partner, because whatever you project onto someone, they're going to reflect as well.
Exactly.
You know, so if you're speaking negativity into your partner, that is literally going to affect, and you're that one person they confide and they trust. So speaking positivity onto your partner and belief in your partner at all times is huge.
Okay, so I'm about to sound like a sap a little bit, but I do think that you gotta prioritize love. You get what I'm saying? I feel like you can't only prioritize work. I think a lot of people are like, oh, I have these goals financially, I have these goals career-wise, but I think having a partner is also a goal, right? Like setting up a proper family, setting up a healthy relationship, like all those things are goals too. So for me, I don't know that I'll ever be in a space where I would not give, if I found love, you know what I'm saying? I don't think I would like ignore it for the sake of a dollar or for the sake of a career, right? Like I would always find a way to balance both, because they're both, to me, equally important. If I have a whole bunch of money with no partnership, I'm not happy. If I got a great partnership with no money, we ain't happy. You know what I'm saying? So either way, I need both. So to me, I don't think I would sacrifice love for business.
I solely agree. I think that it's an equal balance. It's an equal thing that both parties should come to. I don't think there's no. I'm a hopeless romantic, so if I had to choose, it would be the love. But whatever.
Say for instance, you my man, and I'm your woman, and I'm an entrepreneur. You a 9 to 5, right? We're gonna reverse it. If I'm the entrepreneur and you the 9 to 5, right? and I'm coming home and I'm telling you about all this shit that happened, all these dreams, all these goals, all you could think about is what happened today at work and how your boss was pissing you off. So your mind is kind of just not even thinking about my dreams and my goals and my aspirations. Versus if I'm an entrepreneur and you're an entrepreneur, and I'm like, babe, I just found out a new way we can make some money this week. Like, you're gonna get that. You're gonna instantly be like, okay, what she done came up with next? You know what I'm saying? Versus, I mean, that's just a risk. I mean, I hear her talking, but
that also, I agree with you. That go down to his mindset though, or her mindset. If her mindset is stuck on the 9-to-5 lifestyle, then she gonna be totally against what you're trying to bring to the table.
Right.
But if there's somebody that wants to
become an entrepreneur,
right?
That
wants to become an entrepreneur.
Okay.
He might agree with you. He might not. He might even disagree with you at the beginning. But over time, he might agree with what you're saying because he understands. Like, okay, yeah, this is exactly what it takes to be entrepreneur or to hold their own business.
Right. And I don't think it's
easier
fair.
said than done though. But
yeah, it is.
I feel like it comes down to your mindset. How you feel about dating?
Dating a 9-to-5 person
Versus somebody that's an entrepreneur.
That ain't gonna work.
Yeah, I do not think it will work. I mean, I feel like if someone is willing to compromise time and energy, finances, travel, then cool, yeah, it'll work. But if somebody's trying to,
But who gonna compromise it though? Like, what 9-to-5 motherfucker you know that's really willing to compromise all that?
None. Because the reason why they chose to be an entrepreneur is for the freedom. But at the same time, I'm gonna be completely honest, not everybody is built for it. Not everybody is supposed to be an entrepreneur.
Yeah, this shit ain't for
That's why there are healthcare workers.
This shit ain't for everybody. I'll spill my drink, don't worry about that.
I don't care. I don't care. I feel like with 9-to-5s, I feel like there needs to be now. If you feel yourself hitting the ceiling and there's nowhere for you to grow, okay, we need to sit back and we need to figure out what's next. But I truly do not mind the 9-to-5s or entrepreneur. With me being like in both worlds, I don't see an issue with either one. If I was to one day become a whole entrepreneur and not do a 9-to-5 anymore, I wouldn't mind dating a 9-to-5 person. However, I would like for them to continue to build up that ladder. You cannot be complacent in where you're at. Can't want to stay there and be okay there.
Yeah.
I need you to have a goal. I need you to have a motive. And a lot of times, I think what our issue is with the society now, or just even social media, so many people think that they need to be an entrepreneur. And a lot of people think they need to be entrepreneurs with no goal or no passion of what their entrepreneurship is. So you want to be an entrepreneur, but what are you going to do? Like, what are you passionate about?
You preaching.
Because if you're being one, are you going to be able to be successful in your business? Are you going to be able to surpass? Because everybody is an entrepreneur for something. You're gonna find everybody that does the business that you do. You're not the only one.
Thanks.
So what sets you apart from the business that you're actually doing or that you actually own? And I think a lot of people just get so consumed in what's on social media. Like, that's such the rave right now. You know, like being a YouTuber, getting your own, which is great. YouTubers, I ain't throwing no shade. You do your thing. YouTubers are doing a damn thing for real. Like, you know, like you can have a platform and be an audience for so many. But you have people that may sell clothes and they just trash at customer service and don't know how the fuck to move left and right. Like, you know, like you're just doing it because that's what you think you're supposed to do.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
So let's say, for instance, people who have 9-to-5s, I feel like they're instantly intimidated by entrepreneurs. Instantly. It's like, it's not even a, you don't even give it a chance.
They feel like they're out of the league. But I don't understand why.
I don't get it either.
No. But I feel like it's because
I would date somebody with a 9-to-5.
Because the entrepreneur, okay, honestly, the entrepreneur is the guy that, or the girl that has their own schedule. It's the type of thing that we all want as individuals.
Right.
So somebody that comes in with a 9-to-5 and he might potentially date somebody that's an entrepreneur, or he likes somebody that's an entrepreneur, he might be a little more jealous because whenever his boss say he got to be at work, he got to be at work, and he has to deal with it or he's out of there. Versus the entrepreneur, you just pull up when you want to, you leave when you want to. You know what I'm saying? But somebody that's used to that all day, every day, if I'm dating somebody that might still be at work 9, 10, and 11 o'clock, that's going to be you know, a little bit off of them, because especially if they have trust issues. You know what I'm saying?
Right.
But if I understand that, I understand it's 2021. We got side hustles. We done went through a pandemic. So if we don't got a side hustle by now, you lost. You know what I'm saying? If I understand that, then I might be a little more prone to it. Yeah, she might be at work 11, 12 o'clock at night. You know what I'm saying? I might be cool with taking care of the kids while she do X, Y, and Z, because that's what we need to make this relationship work. Right. But if you in the mindset, are you stuck in the mindset of you need to be home by 6 o'clock? If you ain't home by 6 o'clock, like a child, if the streets might say, no, you ain't home by then we got an issue, or we ain't there yet. Then yeah, you gonna always have an issue. It's always gonna be more, you know, what you got going on. The trust factor is gone. You feel me?
I think that someone who likes being comfortable, like, you know, with that kind of structure and mindset, do you think that kind of person is compatible with someone who has the broad entrepreneur, financially free mindset?
I believe so. I mean, I'm somewhat dealing with that type of situation where the person is like, I have to work for somebody. I can't see myself like owning my own business and doing payroll and doing this and doing that. And it's like, fuck you mean? I get to dictate who gets paid what and what. Like, that's me. I'm that type of guy. So where like, I'm not gonna come and, oh, you was late. It's 6:10. You supposed to be here at 6 o'clock. Like, nigga, suck my dick.
Right.
So,
right. Exactly.
I feel like it can, but it just depends on, I guess, as far as, I don't like saying this about finance, but like this, I guess that's the times we're in. Like, yeah, I guess what you pulling in that makes a difference, I guess. You know?
Yeah, I actually, I don't know if people think about this, but I do. And so like I want my partner to be a teacher. I know that sounds really weird, but teachers don't make no bread.
They don't, but I like teachers. They impact the community.
But like, so for me, I've always been like, I wanted to like be with a teacher. Like, I feel like you have summers off. They're usually like very good at like getting their point across, so they gotta explain things in a very rudimentary way. And I just feel like, so to me, a 9 to 5, I have no issue with it. And honestly, I feel like to me, because of what I want to do, I feel like both of us can't be wanting to do it. Does that make sense? Like, come on, bro.
So you can't be two entrepreneurs in one household?
I mean, we can be, don't get me wrong, but I feel like if you're in the same exact field, same thing.
Tension.
It's just like, come on, somebody got to be chilling. Somebody got to have an expected check coming every 2 weeks. Somebody got to have like something.
I think the stability, stability is
we
good.
Both can't be scared every week.
Yeah.
Like, because even with me, like, you know what I'm saying? Sometimes the side joint be like, taking me to the mall. Sometimes the side joint be buying me a burger.
When you don't, I think honestly, when you are like selling like products, it's very inconsistent. But like what you said, like barbers, stylists, those are people that keep a very consistent, heavy income that you don't really necessarily have to worry too much. Like, they're gonna be, if they're good, they're gonna be very consistent and very booked on what they're doing.
Facts.
However, if you're selling products, you may in September have 15K. In October, it'd be 5K.
Like OnlyFans. If you do OnlyFans, it may not hit every month.
Right, but that's based off your content.
So can your partner do OnlyFans?
Fuck no.
All right, cool.
Yeah, no, we're not playing them games.
We ain't going there.
That's a no. We're not going there. That's a hell no.
We're not going there. We're not going there.
No.
Praise the Lord, everybody. Praise the Lord.
Please.
We praise the Lord.
Please.
That's why there are essential workers, because there are people that are supposed to be that, and then there's also people that are supposed to be entrepreneurs. Not everybody is supposed to be, but I feel like you're supposed to find that and differentiate.
Can somebody help us?
Y'all know what the fuck I'm talking about.
Between the two.
Right.
Differentiate, motherfucker.
Between the two. Right.
Because that person with the 9 to 5 is definitely more sustainable than you are, because let's just say you're doing trading or something like that and you make the money off that, the stocks go down and the motherfuckers don't go back up for another few months. Like, you depending on them. All your money's tied.
That depends. If we're talking about trading and investing, but I'm not gonna get into that.
I forgot last time.
But no, you have a good point. I think it could work, but I think from a female perspective, I couldn't date a guy that had the 9 to 5 mindset. Not that I'm not judging people who are okay with that, like having that life.
Highest 9 to 5.
Oh, well, was he a boss or was he an employee? Is he signing a W-2 or a?
He's a supervisor.
Supervisor.
Yeah.
So he still has a boss though.
I mean,
he's still an employee, right?
Right. But yeah.
Right.
So what qualities do you think you need to possess in order to be a successful entrepreneur and have love?
I got 2.
Go ahead.
Loyalty and consistency. Consistency. Motherfucker.
Loyalty and consistency.
be a successful entrepreneur and be in love, I think the qualities you have to possess would have to be open communication skills. You would have to be able to listen. You would have to be able to take criticism, because entrepreneurs, we don't have nobody telling us what's right and what's wrong. So you kind of learning trial and error versus a 9-to-5. You got somebody on your neck. You know what I'm saying? Mm-hmm. So as an entrepreneur, you don't really have nobody clocking you or telling you what's right and what's wrong. So you have to be able to be a learner, because you have to be able to learn a person and learn when it comes down to what you're doing. And I think you just have to be so open-minded. I think you have to be open-minded to be in love with someone if you're an entrepreneur, because it's not going to be what you know what I'm saying? You may be an entrepreneur and you thinking you're going to fall in love with another entrepreneur, but what if you do fall in love with someone who works 9-to-5? You got to be open-minded enough to say, okay, you know what? This is what he's doing right now. This is just something that's going on right now. Maybe he can grow, maybe it'll expand, and being able to be, like he said, versatile. I love the word versatile, because you got to be able to adapt. You know what I'm saying? It's just like when people do, let's say you're a fashion designer, right? But if you're a fashion designer and somebody hair not done, you probably gonna get your behind up there real quick, try to figure out what you can do with their hair. Mm-hmm. So you're gonna try something. So I think it is being versatile and just being open and knowing how to communicate, knowing how to listen, and not be so judgmental, especially to be in love, because it's gonna be rare that you meet somebody that's just exactly what you want.
Ooh. OBO.
I think to be a sex. Oh, come on, sex. I think.
Oh, what time it is? What's on your side?
I think to be a successful entrepreneur, I think you gotta have confidence for real. Like, I think
Most
that's
definitely.
like, to me, that's like the number one thing, because I think there's gonna be moments where you might not have it, moments where your business is looking a little shaky, no matter what it is, and you gotta be able to sustain. And so I think confidence is key. I think also confidence is key within a relationship, because you have to be confident in, like, say you got an entrepreneur hustle that takes you away from your partner for long periods of time, right? Mm-hmm. Like, so now you got to be confident that person is holding you down when you're not around, is comfortable with missing sex from time to time, because you may not have the energy, like all the things. Because I think we glorify this whole hold you down culture, but like holding somebody down is not an easy thing to do. You get what I'm saying? Like, when somebody is literally like working nonstop and doing and hustling hard, like, it's gonna be some nights where you really want that companionship and you don't have it. So I think, like, to me, you gotta be, well, you've been done that.
I'm here.
Okay, cool. Okay. You there already? What's his name? Tell everybody. We want to know his name.
I'm here. I'm right here. No, it ain't no him. It's me.
Okay.
Yeah, go ahead.
Right. And so, like, so if you're not home, you know what I'm saying? I gotta make sure you confident in the fact that my lotion is open. And so for me, the number one thing is confidence, and I would say prayer. Like, you know what I'm saying? Not to be funny, but like, I think, like, honestly, having a source is gonna get you through anything, relationship, all the things. I don't want to come in here and preach on tonight, but if y'all want me to go there, we can. I'm accepting prayer requests. Put them in the comments. And so what happens is you gotta have your prayer life together to be an entrepreneur and to be in a relationship. Jesus, Mary and Joseph.
My answer would be teamwork and faith. I had to think about it, right? And
I like it.
Cool. Do you want to answer yours first or mine first?
You go ahead.
I'm gonna go teamwork first, because in order to be successful in both, when we are both an entrepreneur, then we need to help each other out. We both need to help each other out when it comes to the entrepreneur side. So if I'm slacking today, I'm having a bad day, and I don't want to ship off these orders, or I don't want to do this. I need my significant other to be like, hey, babe, you know what I'm saying? It only takes an hour. Get it together. Let's ship off these orders, and then we can come home and cook dinner together and relax. You know what I'm saying? So I need that teamwork first, because that's love and that's entrepreneurship. You're making sure that I get my shit done, but at the same time, you love me enough to make sure that we're getting this shit done, right?
So I do feel like you have to be very confident. I agree with OBO. Like, confidence is like number one, and I feel like even with being in a relationship, sometimes you have to realize too, not everyone is like what your partner should be, but not all the time your partner is gonna be as passionate about your entrepreneurship as you are. So you have to be your number one fan. Like, you have to consistently keep your audience, keep your targets, keep the momentum up, because if you're looking for Bay to repost that post that you posted 2 days ago, that might not happen. Bay may not be on Instagram like that. Bay may not be that interested in Instagram like that. So always be confident in the product that you're selling and what you're advertising on social media.
That's good.
Very big advocate of that.
And also, I say faith because we have to have faith in each other, whether it comes to love or whether it comes to entrepreneurship. Because if you don't have faith in my business and I don't have faith in your business, can we really be successful?
Faith is everything.
No, faith is everything anyway. But when it comes to the question love and entrepreneurship, if we don't have faith in each other, whether it is love or entrepreneurship, can we really be successful in any aspect? So I feel like we need faith and we need teamwork. We need to be with each other regardless. And
also,
God
if
is first
you're not
always.
consistent, can you be successful?
Well, I feel like if you have that faith or that teamwork, it should come with it.
But if you're
That
not
consistency should come.
it's gonna come.
Right.
But you have to have consistency.
No, absolutely.
To be successful in anything, you have to do it over and over and over and over. How many wigs you did?
Huh?
How many wigs you did this month?
This month? I don't.
1,000.
Not 1,000, but
Damn near.
enough.
Exactly.
But I feel like when entrepreneurship, I feel like a lot of people like the benefits, not the process.
Yes, yeah, and the process is tough. The process is saying no. The process is being tired. The process is, you know, when shit happens, you just like I don't got time for love. I gotta go get some money.
Yeah.
Like, and then people want to be laid up and cute and broke and laid up.
You feel like before we go, we feel like love is a what's the word? You feel like love is a
I don't want to be laid up and broke.
No, I agree with you, but I feel like love is a luxury, like to a degree. Like finding love is like it's hard work, but it's a luxury. Like you have to work for it. You do have to work for it, but it's like it's cool if you work for it. But the 9 to 5 or the job, the money aspect is what's more important.
Yeah, and in no shape, form, or in no way, shape, or form, I do think that even 9 to 5s, like, you know what I'm saying? I can go fuck with a doctor, okay? And a doctor got a 9 to 5, and a doctor got that bag. So either way, it's still it's not even about. I don't even think it's about the 9 to 5 versus. I don't even think it's about that. I think it's just about like being able to have somebody with the same mindset, because a doctor got the same mind. We both focus on the money. You know what I'm saying? A doctor can marry an entrepreneur. She may have a whole clothing line, and he just let her do her thing, and she fly like a bird, do her thing, because she know he coming home with a bag. So it's like, I'm not even thinking about what your boss said to you, because you are the boss. You know, I'm not even thinking about what, when you coming home from a long day, you still talking about how you I don't know. It's different. It depends on the 9 to 5, and then it depends on just where that person is. It depends on where your mind is.
Depends on your mindset.
For sure. But can it work? Yes. But I don't think people should force it at all. Because people do force it every day. And then that's why people be in these horrible, toxic relationships, because you're forcing and it don't work that way.
I also do believe if you do have a significant other that does travel a lot and aren't home, I feel like communication is very key. If we got to FaceTime, baby, let's FaceTime. If we got to call up on that phone when you about to hit that airport, let's do that. We need to talk. It needs to be some type of consistency in regards to maintaining the stability of a relationship, because I feel like sometimes, I'll wait on him to hit me, or I'll wait on her to hit me. Y'all waiting on each other and nobody hits each other at all. So I feel like those are things that you also have to keep in mind. And then prayer for sure. Continue to pray and bless on your union, because it can just go to shits quick. So I think if you keep that mentality, you
It's a shout on me right now. Can I actually?
No,
don't. It's a shout on me. I'm telling you, it's a shout in my spirit.
So I feel like you need to really keep that morale for your relationship. I think you have to keep those prayer warriors over what y'all got going on, because if you don't, you just never know where it's gonna go. And if y'all are both very spiritual and very religious in the success of your relationship, it can be very, very rewarding at the end.
The thing about it is that it's so crazy how you could be in a relationship, right? This is how God works. You could be in a whole relationship with somebody, right? The second y'all break up, all of a sudden you just boom. Like you just take off, like your career just takes off. Everything good starts happening for you. Like it's like being attached to a person. My mama always told me, God will never give you $1 million to share with somebody he knows is not worth it. You know what I'm saying? So you'll never make it to the million if you're stuck with someone. Because I know for a fact, if I make $1 million, whoever laid up next to me gonna be $1 million. You gonna be right there with me. You know what I'm saying? So it's like people would try to force the love. You know what I'm saying? Versus the race. And then it's like, I'm choosing you, then I'm choosing you, then I'm choosing you, but I'll never get here because I'm choosing you. You know what I'm saying? So when I'm choosing you, I'm not choosing you. Like at some point you'll say, like whenever you say yes to something, you say no to something else.
I want to ask you a question.
Yeah.
Does that like defer you when it comes to like who you choose?
Yes.
Because of that mindset?
Yes. Yeah. For sure, because I feel like you can't, number one, you don't know, you have to be very cautious and very careful when you have a gift. You know what I'm saying? I remember this preacher saying you got to be careful not to allow somebody, like if you're carrying a gift like a baby, you have to be careful not to be around someone who can cause you to miscarry. So like you have to be careful to like, if you got to give, like it's just like if I told you all my business ideas, right? What if you went and took them all to someone else? You know what I'm saying? Like you just took my gift and gave it to somebody else, like versus somebody else who I tell my gift to. They coaching me, they helping me, they building me. So it does deter me from
the
dating.
coaching, the building you, all of that. Does that go towards the building the rapport, or like do you feel like that builds to his character, like period? Like,
wait, say that
because
again?
I feel like the building a rapport is the reason why I might tell you everything. You know what I'm saying?
Mm-hmm.
Because I know you, because
Right.
we built a relationship, so
Right.
I might be more open to telling you everything that's going on in my life versus what I feel like you should be having for yours.
Right.
Versus you just, feeling like that is what you're supposed to be doing because you're in that bracket. I mean, that's kind of confusing. But
It is confusing.
But it's like, because I feel like if I build a rapport with you, like I might be more accept. Well, I'm gonna give you an example. Like if I have built a rapport with you, or not just a friendship, I might be more willing to tell you my darker deeper secrets or what I got going on, or business wise, what business plans I got.
Right.
You know what I'm saying?
Right.
Versus me just telling you that because I like you, or I'm trying to get to that point.
Right.
You know what I'm saying?
Right.
I feel like when you build that rapport, it's more genuine. You know what I'm saying? You can tell that it's real.
Yeah, but the closest people to you be the ones that do you wrong. So it's almost like, I mean, that don't be the point. The point be the mindset. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah,
the point is simply the mindset. It's simply are we in the same place at the same time you know what I'm saying?
Where we get feet.
What?
Am I, you know what I'm saying? I agree with you.
Leave me alone, Nigel. Screaming.
Am I doing all the small things
Right.
that you might feel like is something?
Right.
No, I mean, I'm joking, but to a degree, like,
Right.
am I doing all those? But even to do the small things, I need to be able to hear those things. I need to know that that's what you like.
Right.
That's what makes you happy. That's what makes you whole as a person. Versus if you're, am entrepreneur or somebody that has a 9-to-5, like it depends on what you got going on, what you trust, what you feel.
That makes sense. That makes sense.
Agreed.
In conclusion, I think that if you are someone who's getting into entrepreneurship, I think it can really expose if that relationship is right for you. Because I've been there, and it exposed that a relationship wasn't for me and didn't align with my future goals and ambition. But I think that it also can work, and I think it'd be beautiful if you can work through with your partner. But I think you'll know if it's right or not deep in your heart, and you have to just go with that.
In conclusion, I think that find balance. Balance is important in life in general, but of course within like entrepreneurship and relationships. And honestly, real spit, sometimes you might need to devote more time to one or the other. Like sometimes you have to understand, if you're just starting out something, you may need to focus all that energy there. Like with me, like I'm in a season of focusing all my energy on my brand, so I'm not gonna take time to really date somebody like specifically or exclusively, because I know I can't maintain both, right? Like acknowledge what season you're in life, And if your season is just you hustling hard, you pound the pavement, you want to get your stuff together, do that. But bringing somebody else along may or may not be the right time. So timing is everything. Balance is key. And we praise the Lord. I just want to continue to tell everybody in here, if you know him, you know what I'm saying? If we just trust him. Do we need some scripture? I think the Bible says to trust on the Lord in all your heart.
Hello.
And all thine ways. Good God.
I know that's
I
right.
just don't want to have church in here, but if we want to have church in here,
I know that's right.
Because it's two or more and we're gathered. But anyway. It's a shout in me. It's a shout in me. It's a shout in me, somebody. It's a shout in here. Lord, it's a shout in here. Good.
Woo, Jesus. Oh, man, wait, I was just not ready. You got to prepare me for what we do and what we feel. Am I red? I know I got to be red. Like, I am blushing. He got me chilling. Oh, okay.
Conclusion. I would say, do you have to sacrifice love for entrepreneurship? I feel like you do have to sacrifice, but you have to sacrifice in any relationship that you're in. Mm-hmm. Like I said, it comes down to your mindset. And your humility. I don't even know if that's even the fucking word to really use.
Humility.
But humility, or you gotta be humble. You gotta be able to, like I said, be versatile to be able to see both sides. If you can be able to see both sides, I feel like your quest and whatever you're looking for will be more clear. You might be more understanding to see what he or she is going through if you can see both sides. If you can't see both sides, if you've been all your life, you've been an entrepreneur, you might not be able to see it. I mean, it's nothing right or wrong about it. It's just about being able to be understanding at the end of the day. You know, depending on what you got going on, you know, you might be able to be okay to have a 9-to-5 and be able to date or marry somebody that's an entrepreneur. But again, that comes down to her or his personality and y'all foundation.
I totally agree. I feel like I'm just not a fan. I've never been a fan of picking one over the other. I've just never been that type of girl. I always feel like it's an equal balance. I feel like if you want to be an entrepreneur and you want to date, you need to be able to do so, and you need to be able to balance. You need to be able to figure out what you balancing in. Like if your business is where it needs to be, it can coast for a little minute and you can invest a little time in dating, do so. Like you said, if you're investing in your business and you're just not in that season to give not all of your chips, but half of your chips to dating, focus on whatever season you're in. So I really truly agree with, I think there's just not a thing called sacrificing anything. When you want it to happen, you make it happen. Like if we want to be entrepreneurs, we make it happen. We do what we got to do, get the money what we need to do, and just start our business up. Like we're not asking no questions, not waiting on nothing. And I feel like it's the same way with love or being in a relationship. Like you can't gauge when the right person is gonna come around. Like they may just come around and you're like, wait a minute now, she might be a little something for me to check out, or he might be a little something for me to check out. Yeah. Try it out. Be open. I think that's the biggest issue with entrepreneurs. They're just not open. They're so complacent or so focused on their hustle and their game, which is great. Be that, but you cannot be there the entire time. Stop.
In conclusion, I feel like it's either one or the other. You're either gonna be in love or you're gonna be filthy. Holy shit. I like that though. You're gonna be
love or in debt.
You're gonna be in love or in debt, right? Like that's it. So it's like you gotta pick and choose. And then, like what she said, in so many ways, like as you grow, hopefully God will send that person who is willing to, put up with the struggle it takes to get to the top.
And I think that you do have to sacrifice love for entrepreneurship. I think that people try not to, and that's where it you gotta go hard. Because let's be very clear, we're not on this earth for love at all. We're not here for that. We're here to fulfill a purpose, do what we need to do, get in, get out. That's just how God works. He don't work based off of, you can fall in love with somebody today and be gone tomorrow. So you're not here to sacrifice your purpose for love. You know what I'm saying? That's not what you're here for. And I think that that's what people kind of get mixed up. Oh, I have to have a life partner. I have to have a life partner. Even me, you know what I'm saying? I feel like it becomes a thing where it's like, I have to have a life partner. But it's like, that ain't what you're here for. If it happens to come along, that person's going to be equally yoked. They're going to be aligned with you. They're going to be aligned with your purpose. So it's going to be easy to go. You know, then you don't have to no longer sacrifice. You only sacrificing when it's wrong. When it ain't right, you're sacrificing. But when it's right, I feel like it's a smooth breeze. That person either, say for instance, like how people be personal trainers, right? Personal trainers date other personal trainers. That makes sense? They do. They really do. Like chefs be dating other chefs, or not all the time, but sometimes it's like you meet somebody right when you at your peak of where you're supposed to be, and then you meet somebody, you're like, oh my God, you've been running the same race as me, like, and it just becomes a thing where now y'all running together, so it is no sacrifice, and now y'all grinding together. If me and you do the same thing, if me and you got the same hustle, the same drive, the same everything, it's easy for us to come up with plans and focus on the same plan. You know what I'm saying? It's just like how preachers and first ladies, like, it's crazy because you got somebody that's right there on your back helping you, you know, fulfill your purpose. So then now you're no longer sacrificing. But I feel like for entrepreneurship, if you are just becoming an entrepreneur for sure, you got to sacrifice love, friendships. It comes in every form. Love, friendships, family. You sacrifice not going to all the birthday parties, not going to all the kids' parties. You sacrifice not going to grandma's house every Sunday because you might got to do some overtime. You know, you might got to package some orders. Right. So you sacrifice with entrepreneurship, period. So I don't want nobody to think that you just can't, because I feel like people be trying, they try it, but it's like it don't work like that.
You cannot be there the entire time. You need to learn. You do. You need to really learn that sometimes when you get to that very top totem pole. What the fuck wrong with my mouth? The top of the ladder. Let's just use the ladder. The top of the ladder. When you get there to the very top, how can you really say who's there for you and who's not? How do you know, like, who's really like, you know, I really like this person for who they are and what they do and what they stand for and their morals and how they do all of this X, Y, and Z. But when you're dating someone, you can date people that are at the very top and they might just date you for your status. And I think that's the biggest issue. Or I think I'll just speak from my experience, I think a lot of men who are entrepreneurs don't see that wider realm. At this point, I don't know if OVO has been drinking or not.
Listen.
He's mocking me at this point. What's happening?
I was in your ministry. I thought it was amazing. You know, I thought it was amazing.
I ain't sacrificing shit. We gonna get this money and we gonna fuck all night.
Hey, okay.
Talk that shit.
Let's do it.
I'm not disagreeing.
Right.
But because I definitely enjoy both of those things. But also my conclusion is I think that in order to have a successful relationship, I feel like you guys should both be on the same page. I do not think that it will work. And this is a personal thing. I don't think that it will work if one's a 9-to-5 and one's an entrepreneur. I think it's best if we're both on the same page. If you're both 9-to-5, then you guys understand each other. If you're both an entrepreneur, then you're both understand each other. So that's my conclusion.
I actually agree with you though.
Thank you.
Hugs.
Yes.
But 9-to-5s and entrepreneurs deserve love.
No, agree. If you have a 9-to-5, do not think that because you got a 9-to-5, it's a problem.
And you can back an entrepreneur.
Never a problem.
And you can back an entrepreneur. You just gotta be confident.
Talk about it.
Don't be no weak ass. Can I say nigga?
Yeah.
Don't be no weak ass
Talk
nigga
about it.
and be soft and be thinking that because you ain't got this much in your bank account, it ain't on you. It's what's in you. You know what I'm saying? Like
Talk
it gotta
about
be in
it.
you. So don't be feeling like you can't go back entrepreneur because an entrepreneur be done put you on.
Hey, what she's saying is don't be listening to don't be listening to these rappers, these girl rappers.
Yeah, they be in love and all. Like fuck that. They be in love,
bruh. They trying to sell a song, bruh. Majority of the time, they be really looking for the real shit. No, let's keep it 100. If we gonna do that, let's keep it 100. Like a lot of times they might be selling a product. But in real life, they be really wanting real love. They be really wanting that nigga to call them, tell them, ask them how they doing, what they doing, what they got going on. They want the regular nigga, you know, all that shit. But in real life, they really want to be able to flex on the gram. So you just got to be mindful of what's important to you, and know the difference. Know between the real and the fake. And if you can understand that, you will be very successful in your relationship.
And go hard. I say focus on your business. Love will come. It will come. It
Definitely
will come.
focus on
It
your
will
business.
come.
Love will come later.
It
Focus
will
on your
come.
business. What's gonna
Sacrifice
give you that
love
bag?
for that entrepreneurship.
Sacrifice that. That's the conclusion. Sacrifice.
Please
it's
do it.
important. Sacrifice
It's
that.
important because love is gonna come. Because what happens is, you say for instance, you sacrifice for a whole relationship. Now you done wasted 5 years of your life that you could have been doing investing in yourself.
Now you got 3 kids.
Then what?
Now you got 2 or 3
Now
kids.
you got baggage. Like,
Now
what do
you
with that?
now you want to get your
Now
degree
you got
after you
2
got
baby
2 or 3
daddies.
get it.
You
Right.
got problems. You got low funds. You got a lot of
Right.
shit going on that you could have avoided because you were so busy chasing love. So just let love come find you, and it's gonna be right when you know it's right. If you gotta go to sleep at night and you feel some type of way, you know it ain't right. Let that shit go. Sacrifice that shit. Bye.
For real.
Oh my God, you see it?